Now, over in the National League, that wild card race is a free-for-all. And let's look at it from the top here. All right, I'm going to say that Philadelphia and Chicago are in. You can see Philadelphia is at 96.2%. The Cubbies are at 85.7%. It's the other four teams that are really interesting here. Arizona Diamondbacks won 3 of 4 at Wrigley Field in front of packed houses all weekend. That was an impressive series win by them. And it puts them in, I don't know if I'd say a commanding position, but they're in a good position. And after they play 4 on the road in New York City against the Mets, they come home for 5 against 2 of the other wildcard contenders, the Cubs and the Giants. The reason I like them and have liked them all along here are their top 2 starters. Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly both will get Cy Young consideration. Those 2 guys, to me, give them an edge over the other teams in this race. Not over the Cubs, who of course have Justin Steele and a really good thing going, but I'm talking about the teams behind them. Now, the Marlins are in a really interesting spot. They have survived a lot. Lately, they've survived the losses of Sandy Alcantara and Jorge Soler, and they keep going. They are right there in the thick of this thing. Their schedule is not easy. They've got 7 left with Milwaukee, 3 left with Atlanta, as well as 6 with the Mets, and then they end with the Pirates. They're right there, though, and they have shown a lot of resourcefulness and spunk and just an overall quality that we did not expect from them. Their bullpen's been outstanding. So the Marlins are right there. The Reds, their odds were the lowest, as you might have seen there. They've got a problem with their pitching, and it's young. It's not as experienced. They've had the COVID issues. But they did get Jonathan India and Joey Votto back to their lineup over the weekend, and they have a schedule that is reasonable the rest of the way. Their toughest opponent is the Minnesota Twins. And finally, the Giants. Here's a team that offensively, since the All-Star break, has not been good. Over the weekend against their annual punching bags, the Rockies, they revived a little bit. But there's been a lot of noise in San Francisco about the futures of Farhan Zaidi as their president of baseball operations. The manager, Gabe Kapler. This team is not exactly endeared itself to its fans, and they're going to have to hit their way and find a way to get there. They've done this with 2 starting pitchers, Logan Webb and Alex Cobb. They've been bullpenning like crazy. They haven't been hitting much, but maybe now this series against Colorado will revive them. They've got 3 at home against Cleveland, and then a 10-game road trip to Colorado, Arizona, and the Los Angeles Dodgers. So this NL wildcard race, as I said, a free-for-all. It's going to be exciting right to the end. At this point, I still like the Diamondbacks.